Okay, so I went ahead and I laid them out in the order that I have them here. That's not really necessary, but that's how I had planned it out. I am about a half an inch above my line up here. That's not a big deal either. When I got finished, I had this ivory in here, and I thought, this is eggplant. I want to bring that purple down in here. So I had too much ivory compared to the rest of the colors, which is okay. But I decided I wanted this a little bit darker piece than what I'd had before. So I took a little bit of the ivory out, and I plunked down some of the plum, I believe it is, yeah, the plum. And it went down among the other stringers, which is perfectly fine because now this is when we're going to scramble them up. So when I took the class, I was taught to come in and just pinch and let go. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we did is kind of pinched right here between the two colors, pinched them up, let them go. Pinch up, let go. Pinch up, let go. And do this in some kind of, I mean, you don't want to do it in order, but we're mixing these up. So we're coming through, and that's what we want to do, is get these colors mixed up. So you can see why I kind of decided I wanted to lay them out, because if you just lay them out however you want them, you're going to end up with a bunch, like here I have all these same colors together, and while I want dark areas and light areas, I want some of those dark into my light areas. So I'm going to keep going through, and you can watch as I do this because my cameraman went upstairs to let the dog out anyway. So I'm going to come and I'm just going to keep pinching. See how I'm getting these all through now? And as you go along, kind of spread them back out so you can see what you're getting, and then just keep working at it. The reason that I like two reds is because I think it gives you a little color shift and a little more depth in the piece when it's finished. So I have the lipstick red actually goes a little bit darker. We had some actual lipstick red that wasn't marked as a striker, and it was a little bit darker. So I'm going to keep doing this, but then I want to keep putting these out like this because they tend to get on top of each other and you can't really see what you have. I have a lot of light in here. There's some ivory in there, and there's some of the yellow in there, but I've got a lot of purple going on up here. So, and a lot of it together, which you don't want. So I'm going to bring a few of them down in here and see what that does to it. And see, I've got a lot of red kind of going on in here, which is okay. I like that red. I'm going to bring some of that into, this is the plum here and the ivory's down here. And see, I'm going to introduce this red down here some. And so what you're supposed to do, if you get something that's not too muddy and looks good, is then you go back through and go line by line, and you shouldn't have any two colors that are together, which I'm going to do that here in just a minute, but I want to place a few more, hand place a few more of these colors and see what I come up with. I'm really not getting much eggplant look in here, but again, they're marking these as strikers, and I just kind of wonder if it's not going to strike a little darker, because I've seen it in pieces and it's really pretty cool. So this is what I'm doing, and what I need to do is take a look back at it and go through all of them, but I want to make sure that I'm not getting anything that's too muddy, and I can't really look at this and see if it's too muddy without standing up and looking back and taking a look. But I think you get the idea of what I mean now about pinching and mixing them together. So I'm going to have Mr. Cameraman turn off the camera, and I'm going to go through and check all the rows, and then we'll come back.